Hello, empowered educators. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Dr. Mel, and today I'm going to be diving into a topic that's all about helping teachers thrive and grow. It's about setting clear expectations and using them as a roadmap for success. So whether you're a school leader or an educator looking to create a more collaborative and supportive environment, this episode is for you. I'll be exploring the importance of setting instructional goals, how accountability plays a role, and how collaboration can elevate your teaching practices and your school's overall performance. This is really about how school leaders or building leaders should think about the instructional practices within their building. I'm going to be breaking down my guide framework, GUIDE, which is a tool that you can use to help you get into classrooms, understand teacher needs, interpret data, develop a collaborative culture, and establish expectations that lead to excellence. So stick around for this actionable episode to learn how you can better support your teachers, encourage growth, and ultimately improve student outcomes. Let's get started. Hi, friend. Are you ready to move into a leadership position? Do you have interests and ambitions that you want to pursue, but feel like you don't know how to take that next step? Maybe you want to start your own coaching or consulting agency. I'm Mel, and I help educators define their career path through correct mindset, knowing your options, and getting prepared for your career transition. I will show you how to level up your leadership skills, share your expertise in a new way, create impact on a larger scale, and put your leadership in motion. As an educator for over 20 years, I started to feel underused and like I had more to give. I knew when the time had come for me to leave the classroom and affect change on a larger level. Now, I'm ready to help you determine where your talents and skills mesh with your passions and interests. Put your leadership in motion and move into that next phase of your educational career journey. Let me help you define your career path by having the right mindset, knowing your options, and getting prepared for that next leadership position. So power up and put your leadership in motion. The last few years, I have really been on this journey of instructional mastery, learning things that I didn't learn as a classroom teacher or as a building principal. So I take that back. Some of the things I did learn, like getting into classrooms every day, I learned that as a building principal because I was in a program called the MLDS, or the Missouri Leadership Development System. And that was one of the big premises, was to get into classrooms every day, to build culture, to see what's happening, to check out the instruction in your classroom so you know what's happening within your building. And as far as instructional mastery, teachers need clarity, they need support, and they need collaboration to succeed. When we set clear expectations for our teachers, it gives them a sense of direction. It's kind of like a roadmap for their success on what their classroom should look like. Without this, teachers can feel lost or unsupported, which ultimately affects their performance and, most importantly, student achievement. Setting clear expectations not only guides the instructional practices of a teacher in their classroom, but it also promotes that culture of accountability and teamwork. When everyone knows what they're working toward, they can better collaborate, grow, and produce better outcomes for our students. So what exactly are we talking about when we say setting expectations? It's about defining instructional goals that align with your school's mission, providing that regular and constructive feedback, ongoing, job embedded, and it's about building accountability systems to ensure that everybody is on the same page. It's not just about saying, here's the standard. It's about fostering a culture where teachers feel empowered to take ownership of their own growth, collaborate with each other, and continually improve their instructional practices. This leads to way more effective teaching and much better results for our student outcomes. I wanted to make it easy for you guys to remember, so I came up with a framework called the GUIDE framework, GUIDE. And the G is for get into classrooms. It is so important to start with your presence in a classroom as a building leader. As a leader, being visible in classrooms is crucial. It's not just about formal evaluations. The aim is to be in every classroom every week. Now that means not every classroom every day, but some classrooms every day. When you do this, you're sending the message that teaching matters and that you're invested in the day-to-day reality of your teachers. You can observe their instructional practices in action, and then you can offer feedback that's timely and meaningful. And if you're in classrooms all the time and students know that you're going to probably be coming around pretty soon, there's going to be better behavior more than likely as well. The U is understand your teacher's needs. Every teacher is unique with different strengths and areas for growth. Take time to listen to what they need, whether through informal chats, surveys, or those regular check-ins. You're going to be in there and you're going to see what they need. Once you understand their needs, then you can tailor the professional development or professional learning, ongoing professional learning opportunities that actually address their challenges instead of offering generic solutions. There's nothing worse in a teacher's life than going to meaningless professional development that doesn't impact their instructional practices in any way. It feels punitive and it feels like a waste of time on their end of things. And I understand that because I've been a classroom teacher, and we all have. And we've been to those sit and get workshops that meant nothing to us and we couldn't take anything back when we left. But if you're in classrooms every day and you're looking at the instruction that your teachers are providing, then you can see exactly what growth areas that they have, and you can address that in real time and through coaching cycles. I is for interpret data wisely. Data is a powerful tool, but only if used correctly. And I didn't always use data correctly in the classroom as a teacher. I collected data and then I didn't always use it immediately. So then it became irrelevant and a waste of my time and a waste of the students' time. So you have to teach teachers how to collect relevant data like student assessments or attendance and analyze it to identify those trends. Use this information to guide decision-making and provide targeted support where it's needed most. Share the insights with your teachers in a constructive way so they understand how data can inform their practices and improve student outcomes. Use their classroom data to talk about data, because if you're talking about generic data, it doesn't mean anything to them. It's not relative and specific to their case. D is for develop a collaborative culture. Collaboration is essential for growth. The biggest way I've grown myself as an educator and as an entrepreneur is through collaboration and networking. Encourage peer observations, create professional learning communities, and hold regular team planning sessions where teachers can share ideas and strategies. A district that I'm working with right now, they have their PLC teams that meet weekly, and they hire subs, and they spend an entire morning working together within their PLC team. And it's an amazing thing when you get to work like that instead of just during your prep time. So if you want PLCs to be effective and meaningful to the teachers, do not take their prep time for PLC meetings. Get subs and let them have an entire morning of working together. Because when teachers work together, they learn from each other's successes and challenges. And this will ultimately improve their instructional effectiveness. E is for establish clear expectations. Finally, it's time to set those clear, measurable expectations for teaching practices. These should align with your school's mission and the goals that you've worked on with your team. Providing consistent feedback and having accountability structures in place will keep everyone focused and aligned with the vision of success that you've all set. Encourage teachers to reflect on their own practices and take ownership of their own professional development. All right, empowered educators, we've talked about why setting clear expectations is so important, what it looks like in practice, and how to use the guide framework to put these ideas into action. Remember, clear expectations provide a roadmap, not just for teachers, but for the entire school community to thrive. So get inspired, get out of your office, take that first step to get into classrooms, Start the conversation with your teachers and begin building that culture of accountability and collaboration. Thank you for joining me today. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you found anything helpful, please leave a review and a rating so you can help me grow the show. Have a great weekend. I will see you back here, same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.